This is the book of Colossians chapter 4 verse 5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. I want to give all honor, glory, and infinite praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, SHAQADAN. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to like scattered abroad, pushing His truth and sincerity. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, SHAQADAN, Barakadam, to Zaquanium, Wa'akim, Wa'akwafium. You know, you elders, you brothers, you sisters, the hopeful elect out there laboring, keeping the commandments to the best of your ability, giving diligence, make your calling and election sure, and of course, keeping faith in Yahweh, Yahushai, in these last days, in these perilous times that we're living in. This is Brother Pashai, Bon Yasha'Al, and this be a quick lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You know, basically going to how we must walk in wisdom in these last days. I'm reading an account that I came across on the Facebook platform, right? And out, you know, that'll be like the foundation of the lesson. But the main point of the lesson I want to bring out is walking in wisdom in these last days. You know, the wisdom that's written in the scriptures, we must apply it on our day-to-day lives. You see, and learn. You know, the scriptures say what? The things that was written the fourth time were written for our learning. That's Romans 15 verse 4. You know, so it's written for our learning, man. You see, I'm going to get a couple precepts after I read this right fast. So, one more time, Colossians 4 and 5. So this will be something quick, straight to the point. Right? So Colossians 4 verse 5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. We're in a time of massive judgment, you know, massive judgment getting played out in these last days, and we must walk in wisdom. You know what I'm saying? We can't get emotional. So this lesson right here may get people emotional. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But you can't get emotional, man. You know, it's just facts. So I'm gonna read this right here. I came across on a Facebook platform, and Jake shared this, and it's basically a situation going on. Right? I don't think it hit the mainstream news yet, but apparently I was reading the comments, stuff like that. This apparently, you know, actually happened. There's videos and, you know, stuff like that. I'm not going to post none of the videos. It was real graphic, you know, a lot of blood and all of that, right? So straight to it, right? So it says, Crystal Stephanie Tarrant, right? She posted this, right? So this is Crystal speaking. She wrote the status. She said, please help. If you've seen him, call 911. Last night, September 5th, Stephen Tarrant, pictures below, which they showed the pictures. He was last seen wearing a black, I'm not going to read all of that. Right, I'm gonna get straight to where she started, because she describing him, you know, all that, right? But basically, let's read on down. So it says, he stabbed my husband multiple times on his chest. So Stephen, right, stabbed her husband multiple times in the chest. So it says this, he stabbed my husband multiple times on his chest, face, and hands. My husband is in the hospital with a fractured skull and deep stab wounds. Stephen was beating on his girl, and in the process, their newborn baby got scratched, so my husband jumped in trying to protect her and the baby. Quick precept on that. Was that wise for her husband to do? No. Let's read it. Ecclesiasticus chapter 11 and verse, I may start up some, so let me click the whole chapter. Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse, I'll get straight to the point. Verse 9. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. One more time. It says, strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. Right? So what did her husband do? Her husband, and you know, they made it public, you know, because none of this is my business, but you know, they made it public, so I'm doing a lesson on it. You know what I'm saying? So her husband basically was striving in a matter that did not concern him. Right? Her husband strived in a matter that did not concern him. He witnessed the man Stephen beating up his wife, and in the process, the newborn baby got scratched, so he decided to jump in to try to protect this man Stephen's wife and the baby. Let's see what happened right after he did that. Was that wisdom? No. That was stupidity. That was something that Esau taught in this world. This world promotes that, you know, Captain Save-A-Hoes, and you know what I'm saying? You see a man beating a woman, and you should step in and say something. No, mind your goddamn business, because you don't know what they're fighting about. You know, she could have committed adultery on them. You know what I'm saying? They could have been arguing about something from work or whatever. You don't know. You see, and you're gonna come out of nowhere and step in. All that anger he has toward his woman is gonna be focused on you now. You know what I'm saying? And let's see what happens. So it says, my husband. I'll start from the top. So it said, this is what Crystal was saying, right? So. He stabbed my husband multiple times on his chest, face, and hands. My husband is in a hospital with a fractured skull and deep stab wounds. Stephen was beating on his girl, and in the process, their newborn baby got scratched, so my husband jumped in, tried to protect her and the baby. Stephen grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed my husband on the forehead. You see that? So if he would have minded his goddamn business, he would have never got stabbed in the forehead. So brothers, we got to learn from this. You know, when you see, a Jake out there, anybody, arguing, going back and forth with their woman, do not step in. That's none of your business. You know what I'm saying? If you do so, that would not be wise. And you don't know what the Lord could, the Lord control all of this. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord put the spirit upon Stephen to stab this man in the head. So you don't want to, get into something that don't concern you. You see that? So that's going to the lesson, walking in wisdom in these last days. So this be kind of like the foundation of the entire lesson. I'm gonna get some more precepts, on using wisdom and not, meddling in affairs that don't, concern you. Stuff that's not your business. You see that? And in these last days, brothers, we're gonna witness a lot of people die. And I'm talking to your sisters as well, right? Your sisters, but mainly your Akim. You know what I'm saying? Because we're the leaders, the teachers. The rulers of the world to come. Lord willing, part of the elect. But the point I'm bringing out is this: in these last days, we're gonna see a lot of people getting put to death. We're gonna be hearing women get raped and ravaged, kids getting dashed to pieces, race wars and class wars. And if we be this, trying to be superheroes, and we going up to every situation like, oh no, brother, don't touch her, and don't rape her, and oh, don't kill that child. We gonna get put to death, man. Like the movie in the Book of Eli, when Denzel Washington, he witnessed to a couple. Basically, one of them got put to death, and then they grabbed the woman up and started raping and all of that. He was like, I forgot exactly what he said, but like, keep going west, saying it's none of your business. He said something like that, like, it's none of my business, none of my business. Keep moving forward. He kept saying something in his head, like basically to the point, this is not my business. Let me keep on my mission. My mission is to go west. You know what I'm saying? That was his quest, to go west, man. He had the scriptures on him, which is a beautiful movie. So he used wisdom. That had nothing to do with him. He used wisdom. You see, so in these last days, we're gonna witness a lot of things just like this, and we have to use the same wisdom. So I'm reading this account right here, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how true this is, but based on the pictures and videos they showed, it's real graphic, so I'm not gonna show none of it. I don't want this video to get taken down, anything like that, right? But I'm using it as an example. This is a perfect example. And another thing that happened too earlier today, I was playing basketball in the gym, and it was a couple Jakes playing 3-on-3. This sound quick. So a couple Jakes playing 3-on-3 basketball, and they wanted to some hood dudes, Jakes from the hood and all of that. They all gangsta and all of that. Wanted to play 5-on-5. For one specifically, he wanted to play 5-on-5. So he told him, yo, listen, drop one person and let's play 5-on-5. And they all six of them that was playing 3-on-3 ignored him. They said whatever, and they kept playing basketball. I'm sitting back watching all of this. Then he told all of them, he was like, yo, basically suck my rod. Who want to fight? I want to fight all of y'all now. You know what I'm saying? Let's I want to fight. Who want to fight me? All y'all over there soft. And I'm standing on the sideline minding my business. Now, if I would have jumped in like, little bro, chill, it's not that serious. Nah, me and him would have fought. So in that situation, I use wisdom. Like, this had nothing to do with me. I'm stepped to the side. He's not talking to me like that, and he talking to these chicks over here. So I'm gonna mind my business and, stay where I'm at on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Now, if any other Jake would have popped up, yo, bro, it's like, why you doing that, man? Just chill. No need to fight. He didn't, bro, shut up, get in my face. Nah, they would have fought. And I witnessed this happen. So you learn through experience. I witnessed this happen even when I was in high school. Me and the Jake got into it, and me and him was about to fight. I'm like 16 at this time. Me and him about to fight over something. There's some Jake that I didn't even really know stepped in and tried to break it up, and the Jake that wanted to fight me ended up fighting him. And they started fighting, and I'm just watching. I didn't jump in. I just stepped back and started watching them fight. I'm like, what the hell? Then that dude ended up getting jumped. So the Lord, got me out of that situation, because I would have got kicked out of that school, and I needed to, I was going through a lot during that time. Any event, I used wisdom even back then before I even got this wisdom. You see? So in these last days, we got to apply the wisdom of the scriptures, man. All right, so let's read this one more time. So it says, he stabbed my husband multiple times on his chest, face and hands. And this is Crystal speaking once again. So it says, my husband is in the hospital with a fractured skull and deep stab wounds. Stephen was beating on his girl. So Stephen was beating on his girl. In the process, their newborn baby got scratched. So my husband jumped in trying to protect her and the baby. And you're going to have a lot of Captain Save-Hoes in these last days, and they're going to get put to death. You're gonna be a group of men, raping a woman or whatever the case. This is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They're all gonna be breaking loose. The law of society. They show you that in all these different movies. That, when these not scriptures. It's a saying. When people lose it all, when people got nothing else to lose, they lose it. You see that? So when people got nothing else to lose, they lose it. People go insane, man. The only ones that are going to be sane is the elect. I'm going to get a quick precept. Right? So listen, brothers, something straight to the point, man. We got to use wisdom in these last days. So I'm using it as an example. And I told, two little testimonies too, to further elaborate on using wisdom, because I remember this when I was in high school. I'm about to fight a Jake, and we talking, going back and forth. I'm 16 at this time. And then someone else stepped in that I didn't even know. It was like, and told the other Jake, yo, chill, no reason to fight. Then the other Jake ended up pushing him. Then they fought. They started going back and forth. Then the Jake that stepped in to try to stop the fight got jumped. So I would have been the one getting jumped if I would have fought that Jake. I'm realizing, But the Lord, got me out of that situation because I needed to be in school at that time. I was going through a lot during that time, man. So the Wadi Al Shai, put in the spirit department to use wisdom in that situation, and just like, because when me and him was going back and forth, arguing all of that, I still was using wisdom, not swinging on him or pushing him. I was just, it was like a lot of verbal things. I was trying to find a way. I really was trying to think how to get out of this without looking like a chump, because I didn't want to fight, because we ain't no macho tough guys, man. The men of the Lord. You see that? But the Lord gonna give us spiritual powers when all breaking loose. So they gonna be, man. Listen, Lord willing, part of that number, brothers gonna be doing some crazy things, right? But let me read this very fast, right? Salakia, that was a quick little testimony. By Isaiah 33 verse 6, it says, "And wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is his treasure." So it says what? "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times." It's gonna keep us stable when all breaking loose. And strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord, the fear of Yahweh Shem Shai is his treasure. That's our treasure, fearing the Lord. That's gonna be the strength of our salvation, and wisdom, understanding, and knowledge the Lord blessed bestowed upon us through the Holy Spirit, the SHAQADAN. You see that? So we gotta apply this wisdom. We gotta walk in wisdom in these last days, right? So let's read on down in this little thing right here on Facebook. So it says, "Stephen grabbed the kitchen knife and stabbed my husband on the forehead, which caused him to fall to the ground. And Stephen continued swinging at my husband with the knife and got him 3 times on the chest and all over his hands. I was able to shove Stephen off and hold him down while he was still choking me, and the police arrived right after, but somehow Stephen got away. The police are looking for him for attempted murder, physically abusing his girl, and scratching his newborn's face. If anyone knows his whereabouts, yada, yada, yada." So the point I wanted was a story which actually happened. So here we have it. This man, Stephen, was beating on his woman, and in the process, their newborn baby got scratched. And then a man that had nothing to do with it stepped in and tried to protect her and the newborn baby and got stabbed in the forehead. Which shows you what? Mind your business. See, he didn't use wisdom. Right? Let's read another precept. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 14. 1 Peter 4:14. "If ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach Yahushai, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High resteth upon you. And their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified." Watch this. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. So you don't want to suffer as a busybody in other men's matters. Something that has nothing to do with you. You're a busybody, all up in the business. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to suffer as a murderer, of course. You don't want to suffer as a thief. So you should be out there murdering people, stealing. You don't want to be an evildoer. If you want to suffer as a Hamashiachim, suffer as a follower of Hamashiach Yahushai, which we're all going to suffer being in his faith. They're going to grab us up, put us in prison for being in the faith in itself. But you don't want to be in the hospital because you sitting there seeing a man beat his woman and you jumping in to try to help him. And in these last days, brothers going to see a lot of people die. And we're not going to sit there and try to save everyone that we see getting killed, because we understand judgment, man. We understand Mashapat, the most, Yahweh Shapat, the Most High's judgment, man. You see that? So it says, but let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. So you don't want to suffer as a busybody in other men's matters. Matters that don't concern you, right? So it says, yet if any man suffer as a Hamashiachim, it says Christian, but we know that's going to the followers of Hamashiach. So Hamashiachim, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai on this behalf. Right? I got another precept, Proverbs 24 and verse 17. He that passeth by and meddleth with strife belonging not to him is like one that taketh a dog by the ears. And yo, listen, if you grab a dog, a pit bull, whatever the case may be, by the ears and pull it or whatever the case, that dog might bite your face off, right? So if you pass by and you meddle with strife that don't belong to you, it's like you taking a dog by the ears, man. And that's what that Jake did. What happened to him? He got stabbed in the forehead. You see that? He got stabbed right in the forehead, man. He didn't walk in wisdom. So us brothers that got this wisdom, knowledge is truth, this understanding, in these last days, we got to walk in wisdom, man. We're going to witness a lot of things happen, man. And this is just an example. You know what I'm saying? This is just an example. You may see two Jakes getting at it, That's none of your business. You may see a Jake beating his son or daughter's ass. Don't say, neighbor, why you hitting that little child? That's like you seeing a Jake or someone. I keep saying Jake, but you may see somebody whooping a dog, beating the crap out their dog. And you're going to sit there and try to, animal cruelty, you got to stop. Mind your business, bro. That got nothing to do with you. That man is hitting that dog. That's their business. That's his pet. That has nothing to do with you. Just keep it pushing. You're gonna try to jump in and beat the man up, not a dog biting you, because the dog's protecting his owner. And another story happened. This happened a while back. You had some Eve and her husband was fighting, going back and forth, and she calls her best friend to come and try to help her. And when he came to help her, the husband killed him, right? And then the wife, the woman that called her best friend, literally grabs her best friend's body up and chopped it in pieces to help her husband bury the body. So he pulled up trying to help her. Her husband killed him, and is she gonna chop his body up? The elder Inop did a video lesson on that a while back, like last year. He going to the same topic, mind your business, basically. You see? So from there, I'm gonna read this one more time. This is a beautiful precept. Proverbs 26 and verse 17. He that passeth by and meddleth with strife belonging not to him is like one that taketh a dog by the ears. So if you don't want to meddle with strife that don't belong to you, man. You see two Jakes fighting, don't get in between, try to break it up, or be like, no, what you're doing, and mind your business. You see a Jake beating his woman, mind your business. Let's read this, Colossians 4. Already read this, Colossians 4 verse 5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. You see that? So I think that's all the scriptures I got lined up. Something straight to the point, man. There's more I could get, but I'm in it right there, man. And I pray this is, quick, edifying lesson. Listen, brothers, walk in wisdom in these last days. If any precepts pop to your mind, slap them on the comment board to further the edification for the hopeful elect, man. We must walk in wisdom in these last days. And like I mentioned it again, right? In these last days, we're going to witness a lot of things happen. A lot of evils are going to happen. Women getting raped, kids are getting raped and killed and stabbed, shot to death, beat to death, jumped, burned alive. We're going to see a lot of things happen. And if you sit there and try to be a superhero going up to every situation trying to save everybody, you're going to get put to death. The Lord going to put you to death, because you try to interfere with his judgment. The Lord he's judging these people, man. You see that? So mind your business, right? So I'm in right there. I pray you was edified through the spirit of Papa Yahweh Shem Shai. I want to give Kohalayim, La Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham, Rachak, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, peace and salutations to the elect scattered abroad, pushing his truth and sincerity. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna get a quick precept. I quoted it earlier, but let's read this. Romans 15 verse 4. For whatsoever things we're in the fourth time, we're in for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So these scriptures, going to using wisdom and not striving with matters that don't concern you. Basically that was written for our learning. You see that? It was written for our learning. So when situations like this occur in these last days, we could apply it, and basically we could apply it, and it comforts us. Salakia, lost my train of thought. I was reading some more precepts that popped down, right? But yeah, so basically that scripture, going to the the ones I read about not meddling in strife that don't concern you and stuff like that. That's something that we read and we learn from that. We learn from these different examples that happen in real life, and we filter it through the scriptures and be like, yeah, bet. So we gotta apply this to our day-to-day walks. You see that? So I'm in it right there. I'm looking down some more precepts I could read, but I think I already hit the point. So I want to give call limelight Yahweh Shem Shah, Bashem Chakadash. With that, I'm going to say Shalom. Shalom.